Where can you go and meet hundreds of people just like you, strengthen existing relationships and forge new ones with vendors and distributors, and meet some of the biggest names in the industry, where you can go and see the newest tech and services that you need to make your IT business grow. And there'll be thousands of pounds worth of prizes up for grabs. Then what's more, you'll get that for a quid. TechMax 2023 will be on the 23rd of June at Magna Adventure and Science Centre near Meadowhall in Sheffield. This event will be over 4 times larger than last year's event, and this year's event will incorporate a live tech awards, dedicated meeting rooms, demo and interactive areas, and up to 800 other techs just like you. Get registered now at tftmax.com. Where can you go and meet hundreds of people just like you, strengthen existing relationships and forge new ones with vendors and distributors, and meet some of the biggest names in the industry, where you can go and see the newest tech and services that you need to make your IT business grow. And there'll be thousands of pounds worth of prizes up for grabs. Then what's more, you'll get that for a quid. TechMax 2023 will be on the 23rd of June at Magna Adventure and Science Centre near Meadowhall in Sheffield. This event will be over 4 times larger than last year's event, and this year's event will incorporate a live tech awards, dedicated meeting rooms, demo and interactive areas, and up to 800 other techs just like you. Get registered now at tftmax.com.
You're watching Tech Talk in affiliation with Tech for Techs. We're a community that supports independent trade with the help of vendors and distributors. We're live every Thursday at 8 p.m. London time, and we'll be streaming to Facebook and YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch. You can listen to our podcast on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, TuneIn, and many more. And now, the moment you've been waiting for, and your host, Philip Griffiths.
Well, hello everyone. Welcome to Tech for Tech's Tech Talk. This is a live show. My name is Phil Griffiths, and I'm your host for today. That's if I don't stumble my words. And today's episode is basically about New Year plans. So we're going to be talking about what's going off this year. Cormac's got some announcements, something, I don't know, something about talking a lot, I think. But that's if you'll understand him anyway. But he's going to announce that in a few minutes. So keep tuned for that one. We've also got Ben on the show today as well. So I'll get these guys to introduce themselves. First of all, we've got Jenny. So Jenny's going to be saying hello.
Hello, everyone. How are we doing? And welcome to Tech Talk.
Nice one. So are you finding it nice and cold, everyone who is watching? So again, guys, if you are watching, please comment in the comment section below or to the side. That way, obviously, we know that you're actually watching and you can hear us. So let's bring on the guests. So here they come, and we've got myself on multiple times, which is really good. There we go. So if you haven't noticed, we're playing about, we're a new studio. So again, if there's a few hiccups, then well, blame us. We haven't finished the background, by the way, so don't think it's just going to look like that permanently.
Yes, we are under construction.
Yeah, we want to make sure everything works first before we decorate it all and tie all the cables down. So right, let's go to the chat first. So Blue Bolt PC can hear us and see us, and he's saying Happy New Year. And we've also got Facebook user from Norfolk. So I'm not sure who that is, but it could potentially be is it Mrs. Cook by any chance? But if it is or isn't, if you can basically click on that link in the chat I've just put in there, which says chat.restream.io/FB, that'll allow your name to be shown because it's a new year. And obviously, we're relaunching the podcast with our 100th episode today. You may just need to refresh by clicking on that chat.restream.io/FB link. I'll put that on the screen as well for you guys so you can see it scrolling across while it's going through. And also, hello, Scan Station Computers as well. And Luke from MZSoft. So hi, Luke, all the way from Canada. So it looks like we've got a few people here. So right, let's pass on first of all then to Jenny. Jenny, do you have a tip or advice or story for us today?
Do you have a tip? I'm just going to say, in lieu of the Jeremy Clarkson, I would say be mindful of what you say on social media and to others, because things can come back to bite you. I won't comment either way on what he said or thoughts, but I'll just say be mindful, because even the biggest can fall.
Nice one. So we've got some more comments. So, it looks like you're not the only person in Ireland, Cormac. So we've got
Sean. Hello, Sean. Hello, Sean. Nice.
There you go. Sean, tell us what your view is of Cormac saying he's the king of Ireland. Is that true? Or
the English cause no trouble in our country. Leave us alone.
I'm not saying much more than that. We've also got Rich and Haley at Phase 4. Again, guys, make sure you click that link. I'll put it in the chat again so it can show your, obviously, name in the chat. So, and hi, Alison. So,
Mrs. C.
Yeah, so I thought it was Mrs. C, but you never know. So, but there you go. So you can see that link in the chat. Just click that and it'll go from there. So, right, let's bring Ben into the fold now. So, Ben, if you want to introduce yourself, let everyone know who you are, what you do, and if you've got any stories, tips, advice, or anything else for us.
Yeah, good evening, Phil. I'm Ben Ashcroft on Bugs and Bytes Computing in the not so sunny Lincoln at the moment. It's quite chilly up here at the moment. Basically, I sell award-winning laptops, desktops, and trade sales as well. Tip of the day. So I went to visit one of my suppliers this week. haven't been seeing that often, but popped in like 2-3 hours drive away. But it's going serious players more often in person. Sometimes you get stuff that they perhaps haven't put on their list yet or haven't told you about yet. The guys assumed that I didn't buy iPads because I've never asked about iPads, but I've got people who ask me for iPads and I usually have to say, no, I don't have any. It turned out I had 35 iPads, so they're probably winging their way to me next week now, and they sort of said by their own admission, if I'd not turned up, they wouldn't have asked me. So always worth going along. You usually end up getting extra goodies when you turn up and buy in person for your suppliers rather than just buying over the phone or whatnot or buying online. So yeah, and you get a better relationship as well.
Okay, that's pretty good. Good advice there. So we've got a few more comments. We've got Peter Whitehouse saying evening all. We've got Mark Dennis as well saying evening. And we've got Dan. I think I know which Dan it is, but it's a Dan which doesn't like his name being told. So we're just going to call him Dan, saying it's good to see us back. So thank you, Dan and Mark and Peter. So I think we're going to go on to Cormac next. I think he's going to introduce himself and give us a little story or information, maybe.
Well, hi, I'm Cormac from Crosshaven Computers. And before we begin, I want to say congratulations to Phil and Jen. It's their 100th. It's the 100th show, isn't it, lads?
Yes, 100.
Yeah, that's correct. 100 live shows.
Yeah, it's absolutely fabulous to see with your new studio. I'm coming live from my sitting room, but I do have a fire. So I'll start with my tip of the week. My tip of the week is obviously I'm all about TikTok at the moment, all about TikTok. But here's what we're always talking about: SEO, and everyone's talking about SEO on Google. Might have said this before, but I'll repeat it. Where the new game is the SEO on TikTok. Like myself and Neve, we're going to Italy this year, and just after Christmas there, we're going to Rome, or before Christmas. And instead of us going in and looking at TripAdvisor, we put in the part of Rome we were going to, and we put in restaurants in TikTok, restaurants in that area, okay? And you see all the visuals of the restaurants. And we chose the restaurants from TikTok because it was way better than TripAdvisor. We could see the restaurants and we were like, oh, we have to go there. We have to see the area. Even looking for the hotel, we put into TikTok the area around. So this brings me to my tip. My tip is we have to build up SEO in TikTok, because that's the way people are starting to search for computer repair, for laptop sales. For the models of laptops, they'll go in and they'll put in, I don't know, we'll say London, computer repair London. So hashtag yourself in London. At the moment, I'm trying to build up computer repair Ireland, computer repair Cork, laptop repair. Be interesting because obviously I'm looking at my own TikToks and stuff, as in, be interesting to see if people have done it in England, would they get me up on their TikTok? So that's it. Yeah, we have to concentrate on TikTok SEO. It's vital that you get in there on that somehow. So that's it really on the tip of the week, and I can move on to the next bit now, Phil, if you want.
Yeah, feel free if you want to move on to that bit. Make your big announcement now. Shout about it and so forth.
Right. Now, first of all, hello everyone in the chat, Peter, Mark, Dan, and everyone. And this is going to interest the text in the group. I was talking to Phil and Jen. I'm making my own podcast, but it's going to be viewed on TikTok and the podcast channels. Okay, it's with Tech for Techs, but I'm kind of branching away. So in a sense, we're all in it together. It's going to be a totally different format. In a sense, mine will probably be only 20 minutes, half an hour. But myself and Phil years ago, before we barely knew each other, we were on another podcast called Podnuts, where they would interview techs and ask them their tools they're using and this and that. So I'm going to, hopefully, if there's some people in the group who would like to talk about that for half an hour, so techs around the world, people starting out can listen to what tools we're using. But the difference in this one is I'm also going to be switching over. I'm going to be interviewing people, we'll say, about ChatGPT. I'm going to be interviewing other people on TikTok. They may not be tech related. It be how they're using TikTok, their TikTok for business. Okay, so it's going to be in a format that when they're scrolling through, it's going to be on our pages. People are going to see the first 10 minutes of the interview on TikTok. So, like, where it's going to be aiming for other TikTok people who are building it up. I'm after going in all in on TikTok. I was doing it all wrong. Around 3 months ago, I changed. I went from 300 followers up to now 3,000. It's growing. It's getting huge for our business, huge. So that's where we're going to go. We're going to be doing all it. This may not always be tech related. They're going to be quirky comments. They're going to be trying to be fun comments. And I would really, really love the people in the group to get involved in it. I presume when we start recording, some of them we'll post them some up in the tech group. Follow me on TikTok, will you? Just so we can all work on this together. The people I see mostly on there are Black Cat repairs. He's doing some stuff, and Smart Tech, is it? I think there's a few of us on there, but basically the format is going to be really quick, really hopefully very interesting stuff. And again, anyone have any ideas? And I really would love people to come out of the comfort zone and come on to and do a couple of shows and talk about their shops. But the difference in this is not going to be a selling show. This is not going to be for people coming on and talking to people about selling certain things. This is going to be about what it's like running shops and what's it like putting yourself out there on TikTok and stuff. So I'm going to try to reach out, and I'll finish up on this. But because the way I look at it, podcasts can go into the abyss. Loads of podcasts out there, and you might get 100 people listening or something. I want to try to build up a bigger audience using TikTok. So this is open, it's new, and hopefully it's going to be hopefully interesting and fun. So that's kind of basically around a summary of what's going to be going on.
Okay, that's pretty good. That is, to be honest with you. Obviously, guys in the chat, your views, if anyone's
wait, I have to come back to Trish here before, and I forgot Trish at Target. I've nearly forgot. I want to thank Trish and Corey. Seriously, they sent us over some stuff for our TikToks, some mouse mats and equipment, which I'm going to be giving out to prizes to help build the audience. So thank you very much for that support. That was really that really meant something to us. So thank you, Target, to that. All right.
Nice one. Brilliant that is, Cormac. So, and well done, Target, for helping out with them there. We'll be talking a bit about Target in a few minutes, actually. So, hint, Target, keep listening. But yeah, brilliant ideas there, Cormac. So, yeah, Cormac's obviously show. What's the name of your show going to be, Cormac?
Tongue twister. So far,
make sure you say it 10 times.
This is an interesting one. I even have to forget myself. It's called, no, seriously, the reason there's TikTok in its name, because I have to build that into the platform. It's called Crosshaven Computers TikTok Tech. Say that now. Take a swig of your cider there, Ben, and say TikTok Tech. Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
We might have to work on that one. All right.
The Crosshaven.
I think you're going to have to work on it a little. Do me a favor, Cormac, in the private chat down at the bottom, if you want to just link me your TikTok page, and I'll share it in the comments section and put it on the screen so people can see it for you. So yeah, so good ideas there. If anyone wants to get involved with Cormac in whatever way you wish, that's if you can actually understand him and you don't need a translator, then feel free to get in contact with him. He's in the Tech for Text group. If you're not sure how to get hold of him, you can always email us at info@techfortext.co.uk and we'll pass on your details.
If you would like to be a translator for the Cormac show, please contact me and I will send you the details.
Yeah, there you go. So again, this is the Cormac thing is in association with Tech for Text. Obviously, his word will be his words, not ours. So
we get all cancelled, man.
Yeah, because we don't want to get cancelled for what Cormac says.
Not responsible for the words of Cormac O'Donoghue.
There we go.
Bear with me now, because I'm going to try to get this link. So bear with me. I'm going to, just in case the sound. All right, that's grand. Off we go. Carry on.
No problem. Have you put it in private chat, have you? Or...
No, I'm just getting it there now. 1 sec.
Oh, you're just getting it now. Okay, no problem. While you go through that, let me go through my the basic news we've got today. So my news, first of all, Microsoft's cut 10,000 jobs out of its workforce of just over 200,000. So around about a 5% cut. They haven't said how many of those are going to be in the UK yet, because I think there's about 600 people, I think it is, in the UK. So potentially you could be looking at quite a few few ex-Microsoft employees, mainly because, well, I think most tech companies are having a bit of an issue just recently with everything going on in the world. So I'm just putting on the screen now a Cormac's TikTok page. So let me put it there, and I'm just putting it in chat as well. So if anyone wants to directly click on it, they can do. So if anyone wants to go to Cormac's TikTok page for Crosshaven Computers, which is where he's going to be doing a lot of the podcasts or shows or whatever you want to call them. And if you can remember the name, it's Crosshaven Computers TikTok Tech Talk, is it?
Wait, TikTok pot. I can't. Yeah,
Yeah,
something like that.
yeah.
Anyway, we'll work on it.
Yeah, I think that's a work in progress on that one, but there we go. So, but if you want to click on that, subscribe to it, you'll see a lot of content. We'll also be obviously sharing that content on our own YouTube page as well. Bear in mind, on our YouTube page now, we have just passed the 6 million views mark as well. So this is not only our 100th live show, we've done 650 reviews and we've passed 6 million views of them. So, and that's just on YouTube, and that's not including Facebook views, LinkedIn, and so forth. Also, on top of that, Google Stadia, if anyone's using Google Stadia, today was the last day to use it because it shuts down today. So it was going to replace the PC consoles and so forth a few years ago. But that didn't really work, did it? So 4 years later, and it's no more. So next up, we've got...
There's one thing there, Phil, about the Google Stadia. They gave a refund to everyone. I tried it. I really enjoyed Google Stadia.
Yeah, that sounds pretty good, to be honest with you. I was just reading that a little while ago. I've not used it myself, but they've definitely done that. So giving a refund's pretty good. It's still a bit of a shame, though, it's got shut down. You probably find that they'll replace it with something else in a few years. I think it's just where internet's just not caught up with the rest of the world. You'd be surprised. Places like in the States, in America, a lot of the internet speeds aren't the best. You'd think somewhere like America have got lots of speed because it's so big. Some places have got speeds as low as like 1 or 2 megabytes, which is pretty
especially in rural areas. Rural areas tend to have just crawling, almost dial-up speeds.
That's it. Right, before we go any further, we've got today's sponsor, which is TechMax. Can you go and meet hundreds of people just like you, strengthen existing relationships and forge new ones with vendors and distributors, and meet some of the biggest names in the industry, where you can go and see the newest tech and services that you need to make your IT business grow. And there'll be thousands of pounds worth of prizes up for grabs. Then what's more, you'll get that for £1. TechMax 2023 will be on the 23rd of June at Magna Adventure and Science Centre near Meadowhall in Sheffield. This event will be over 4 times larger than last year's event, and this year's event will incorporate a live tech awards, dedicated meeting rooms, demo and interactive areas, and up to 800 other techs just like you. Get registered now at tftmax.com. There you go. So if you haven't registered with TechMax, make sure you do now. It's basically a tech or a trade expo. So I would suggest you actually get registered. Another thing we've had to do, because the ticket's selling very fast, we've had to introduce an extra tier of ticket. It's only 99 pence. So it's not going to break the bank, but that will not include lunch. So if you want to bring your own lunch, you can do, but it's only 99p to attend rather than £1. The reason we've done that is because we're running out of seats for the lunch meals. So if people who still want to attend can attend, but unfortunately we won't be able to supply lunch as well, which, to be honest, even if you were or not getting the lunch for £1, it's a bargain, to be honest with you, because it's costing us a hell of a lot more than £1 to feed you for your lunch. We're sold out of evening tickets, as we've mentioned in the past, so we've still got the daytime tickets, but if you are wanting to attend, make sure you do ASAP. Also, regarding TechMax, we've been notified by a couple of members, or one specifically member, about Juries In, that the discount code is not working. We are in contact with them, and we are, or hopefully should be able to get that sorted as soon as possible, hopefully within the next week, if not sooner. So it's apparently something to do with them rebranding and so forth, so it didn't make the code work. So thank you for John McKenzie for letting us know about that. So thanks again. And another milestone we've reached over Christmas, New Year is now the Tech for Tech's Facebook community now has over 1,500 members. So obviously, 100 shows, 6 million views, and now 1,500 members. And obviously, there are other people who subscribe to emails and stuff like that on top of that. So gives you a rough idea. So I think that's enough of me waffling. Let's go on to the main topic now, because people are going to get bored of me. So let's get rid of that camera there. So let's go over to the main topic. Let's go over to Ben first. Okay. So Ben, tell us what's your plans for the new year? What are you doing? Is there anything stand out what you might be doing this year?
Yeah, I think my biggest one at the moment is probably, it's strangely felt, it's on the 23rd of June. I'm going to be exhibiting at TechMax. So, yeah, quite looking forward to that. I went to the show last year, really enjoyed it. Had my arm twisted, only kidding, to take a trade stand this year. Hopefully being award-winning now as well. That might help things a little bit too. So, yeah, it's quite looking forward to that. And, yeah.
Congratulations. That's a big step up, man. Nice one.
Thank you very much.
So Ben is one of the people who will be attending for. I'm presuming you're going under the Bugs and Bites name. Yep. So under Bugs and Bites is obviously we will be adding his details to the website, sending a press release out shortly once we've got all the dots and T's and information sorted. So as well as quite a few others, starting from early February, we'll be sending lots more information out regarding that, as well as to do with the awards as well, because the awards are going to be at the event as well. So a lot of information going to be coming out in the next few months. So yeah, nice one, Ben. So it was nice to have you on board and be interesting to see what you've got to show. So Jen, do you have anything you want to say?
Actually, it's regarding TechMax. It's just around the corner. I don't have to tell you how fast time goes. And I've been selling tables this week like mad. I'm telling you, people are contacting me saying, "Hey, Jenny, can I get a table for TechMax?" And so if you have not reserved a table for TechMax, I implore you, do so before the end of the month, because they are going like hotcakes. I also want to take this time and shout out a few names and places that have helped with the TFT new Tech Talk area, which is still under construction. But thank you so much to Dean Shaw at AeroCool for all of your help with the area. The Strimplify cameras, microphone, and desks that were sent over. Thank you so much. The Thunder X3 chairs, really appreciate that. David Scott at NZXT, thank you so much for the monitors. Scott Franklin and the team of Target Components and the Marvo keyboards, excellent. Thank you so much. We really appreciate it.
Nice one. Right, let's go back over to Cormac and Co. So Cormac, let us know, what are your plans other than obviously your Crosshaven Computers TikTok Tech Show? I got it right that time, I think.
Oh, yeah. No surprise to that. My plans, same as every year, Phil. World domination. Pinky. No, actually, do you know what? Something interesting happened there. It's weird in the 2 years since this podcast how things have changed. You never know where life's going. Before Christmas, we were sitting down, kind of got a consultant in just to talk. You can never know too much, and I was realized I did financial things. While Neve's very good and everything, we needed someone else to talk to us. And when we were going through last year's figures, because we know, like in a couple of years now, we just moved into a shop before Christmas there. So that was, and we changed to a limited company as well. So when we were going through with the figures with the accountant, I just kind of came to, well, didn't come to realization. It came out in the figures that we made more money selling computers than we did repairing computers. And when I started this off as a repair, I only started selling computers when lockdown happened, actually. So I went, oh my God, we're no longer a repair company, we're a selling company. Now everyone's a selling company in one way or another. So that was an interesting thing. So we're going to double down on the selling, but you know yourself, because anyone anyway who runs a business, it gets to a stage as well. Like today now, the change over from a sole trader to a limited company is very, very time consuming, and there's an awful lot more business involved nowadays. And I remember today, Steve, the guy who works with me, came in and he was doing some laptops. He brought me over a laptop, and I was after spending the whole day doing all the administration myself need for there for the whole day. And I was just sitting down. The first computer I touched was like at 3 o'clock to repair, and it was such fun I was just loading Windows 11, and I'd done it twice. I don't think I needed to do it twice, but I was playing around with something. So that was an interesting thing. So that's what I'm saying, is that we're going to try to push sales an awful lot more. We're going to start trying to sell the smaller things, because there's good profit in those as well, cables and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, so the plans for next year is to try to build the sales side of it so much, and that's one of the reasons why I'm going so public as well, to make myself the face of the company more, even though I've always tried to be the face of the company. So that's interesting. So it's nice playing around with a new shop, even putting up a post today about getting shelving and all that sort of stuff. So the plans really are to try to work out, which is taking up loads of time, and jobs that are taking up time that we aren't making that much money in, and spending more time on the jobs that we are, because I really want this year to finish work when I'm finished work at 5 o'clock. I'm not working anymore in the evening times. Now that's different in the sense I'll always work. I love playing around with TikTok. I love playing around with new things and fun tech and discovering things, even playing around with my website. But no, we're now going to a Monday to Friday company when it comes to the business side of things. Anything I do outside those hours, because I'll always work, will be more building up websites, this sort of thing, stuff that I enjoy doing, So yeah, just trying to get more professional, and just definitely get time management, but try to grow as much as we can as well,
Okay, that sounds pretty good. Quick question about that is, you say that you're selling more computer, or at least, is it your income or profit you're getting more of than the repairs, or both?
Yes, actually, something? There's a very, very good question that you have put there to us, in a sense that the income is definitely more. Is the profit more? Again, that's a question I'm going to take back to people, because actually before I went into the shop, if like, you obviously have to evolve in business. Last year, I was getting so sick of the kind of break fix sort of things. I was like, you know what? I leave them go and just concentrate on business and sales. But since I got the shop, and I'm in the shop a lot more and not driving around and this and that, the break fix are a vital part of money, vital. There's massive money to be made in break fix, which, there was a time there was kind of nearly a trend to everyone had to go to MSPs. Now there, Peter has a good point there again, and that's the sort of thing. That's a very, very good point he's saying, because the turnover, again, with our turnover, and you look at the profit for the amount of hours, we should be earning more. So that's why we kind of got a consultant in as well, because I need to look at all that. And the likes of Peter and ye are actually further down the road than I am. I got into this quite late in life and had to retrain. Like, I'm only full-time, really, 5 years, I'd imagine. And on top of that, I'm only, the growth has been like that. But are you a busy fool or what? So this, like, actually, Peter has brought in a good point there, is because even with the podcast we're doing and stuff like that, we can all talk about the tools we use and everything, but having actually listening to someone talking about the financial side of the things, because we all started out loving to repair computers. We love it, and this is what we do with tech heads. But with that comes the business side of things, like, and this is what I realized. Unless I know down to the exact thing where the money is, because as you get bigger, it's loads of cash flow. It's all about cash flow. So that's the thing that I need to concentrate on. Turnover is vanity, profit is sanity. This is true. You could have turnover going to hundreds of thousands and may not be making any profit, but no better way of putting it than that. So that's I need to level up on the business side of things. I'm aware of it, so that's never think you're the smartest person in the room, even if you are, and that's a motto of mine. In a sense, you can always learn off people. So that's why I'm reaching out to people further down the road.
You're,
Definitely.
Oh, sorry, I was
Go
going to
ahead,
say, you're talking a lot of sense there, Cormac, because we're quite in a similar boat. I'm just looking at the whole limited company myself
Yeah.
thing at the moment. And what Peter said is absolutely spot on. Turnover, vanity, profit, sanity. I've said that myself like so many times, and people overlook that. Think I've got a really good turnover, and then you look at the bottom line figure in that, But I think another thing to sort of need to be aware of is as you start expanding, and as you get busier, time management becomes more and more crucial because you just fill your hours up. But I mean, sales, in my opinion, sales is definitely the way to go over repairs. There's always going to be a need for repairs. It's a nice little stream of income, but sales is king. I've been doing more sales and repairs for the last 3 years, really, since I've done the business full time. And if I could do nothing but sell, I would do nothing but sell, because it's easier. You don't have all the sort of issues when you're trying to do a repair, like intermittent faults, try fault find and stuff. It's just quick, clean, sell, quick, clean, sell. Sales 100% is more profitable than doing repairs, but people will always need repairs doing on devices and stuff as well. So
yeah, and there's the other thing that is looming for a lot of us in the refurb. Like, we sell new and refurb, but there is that Windows 10 ending is going to be something's going to go on, because I ain't too sure where Microsoft is going, in the sense that with Windows 11 not going into 6th gen, you can put them in, but will you get caught out? Will this and that? I don't know. There's a lot of things looming about, business will change the whole time. So 2 years away, Microsoft might announce Windows 12. You just don't know. So what it says, so you have to evolve the whole time.
I think the thing is as well with the sales side of things, the sales in itself can be a minefield as well. You've got what I consider your bread and butter machines, your sort of 6th, 7th, 8th gen laptops are what I would consider bread and butter at the moment. 6th and 7th gens, they're not too old to sell, they're still very sellable machines, and a lot of them will still run Windows 11 fine with no issues because they've got the TPM2 like your Dell Latitudes. But personally, I find, because I'm VAT registered as well, stuff like the 10th and 11th gen machines are too close to brand new. That people are sort of saying, I can get brand new for X amount. I was saying, get this HP Stream for 200 quid brand new. Why is your 1-year-old laptop £350 retail? You know what I mean? And you explain the difference and you win them over, but something like a nice Dell Latitude, they just sell themselves. Nice, clean machines and really well built. You've got business grade machines. Backlit keyboards are a nice feature. It's, I mean.
But if you have noticed, the price of new computers have gone up an awful lot as well, which it's like there is the prices. I was looking at new computers there, they have gone up an awful lot. And they said you're never going to compete with those HP streams. If they want to buy crap, let them buy crap. You'll never. This is where I've told the customers coming in, I could sell those cheaper laptops, new laptops, for 300 quid. I ain't selling them. It ain't happening, it just won't. So quality. Just keep it quality, and everything will happen well.
I actually really love HP Streams. I'm probably one of the few people to say I love HP Streams. The reason being, you get all these customers who go out and buy them brand new, and they come to you 6 months or a year later when they find they're useless, and they buy a really nice refurb unit off of you.
That's a very good point, actually.
Yeah. They can't do the updates on the HP Stream, and then they want a fresh install on it, and you tell them, well, you're going to have to do all these updates again, and then you're going to be in the same situation you're in right now. So that opens the door for you to sell them either another laptop or even a nice desktop. So yeah, the HP Stream has its place. Uh, Getting you business is what it does.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good points there. One thing to think about as well is how much time you actually spend on these things. So if you're building a new machine or selling new machines, how much time do you spend on it, and how much profit do you basically make per hour? So let's just say it takes you 5 hours to build it and set it up, test it, whatever it is, and your profit's £100. That means you're only earning 20 quid an hour. Where if you're doing a repair, you could do more repairs. You could potentially be repairing 2 or 3 things at once, and you could be earning £50 an hour depending on the repair. So it's not always as simple as going, oh yeah, make more profit on it. You could actually be spending more time on it. So in reality, per hour, you're actually earning less as well. I'm not saying you are or aren't, but you need to calculate how much profit you're earning per hour doing these devices, because you will sometimes be surprised. Sometimes you think you're making more money doing something, but it actually takes you longer to do, where you could have done 5 other jobs in that amount of time and earned more money. So again, you've got to find that right balance. Make sure you add the numbers up. Yeah, I'm a bit crazy with my numbers, I know that, but you'd be surprised. You can actually find out that something you think what you don't make much money on, you actually make more money on it than you realize, and it takes a lot less effort and time to do.
On time management, one of the biggest, most helpful things that ever came about to teach me time management was John Coulter. Used to be at Target Components. He said, I challenge you for 1 month. Every time you do something, write down the time you started it. If the phone rings, you write that down as well. Every time you change what you're doing, log it. If you go to the bathroom, you log it. What time did you sit back down at your desk? Why did it take so long? Log it. And you'll see a big difference in your time management skills, because you sitting there eating a bag of crisps is eating into your time. No pun intended. Shouldn't be taking 15 minutes to do that. You should be accountable for your time. And after that exercise, I noticed I was really wasting a lot of time in between getting back to the task at hand. It's not that I was, just loafing about. It was just I wasn't mindful of the time. And I encourage you to try that sometime. Just log everything you do. Phone rings, get up for a cup of tea, get up for the toilet. How long did it take you to get back to your job that you were doing to begin with? And you'll be more mindful of your time.
Okay, some good points there. Blue Bolt PC is saying basically you can put obviously Linux Mint on a HP stream if you really wanted to. Do you actually find Blue Bolt? Do you actually find customers understand Linux? To be honest with you, because generally when we've tried doing similar things in the past, they generally go, I'm confused, I'm struggling, they don't understand, and so forth. It's a bit like a lot of people with the new Chromebooks you can buy and stuff like that. A lot of people buy them thinking it's going to be better than a laptop, and then they just don't understand it, and then go out and buy a proper laptop. I might be wrong. It may be depending on customers. Some customers are more educated than others, but do you actually sell many with Linux, and how do you support it? Because it's a free software, so do you actually put like a warranty on it or not? So yeah, so definitely there. Right. Anyone in the chat got any plans what they're doing this year to make their business better? Is there any new tools you're going to be using? New ways of doing things, new ways of making money? You're going to be repairing something new? Obviously, let us know. Someone's commented, let's have a look. So that's why using the custom PC builder and pre-builds are a good idea, saving you time and can still make nearly the same profit. So I don't know if that's actually a target employee saying that or not, but if guys, if you haven't used something like the Target Components as custom PC
tool.
builder, we've done obviously shows about it in the past and stuff, but obviously it's something definitely to look into if you haven't already.
It saved me countless hours of research. I'll say that, of looking to see if
it's handy for someone like me.
Compatible.
Yeah, I don't know how to build gaming. Well, I don't build gaming machines anymore. The person who was working for me done that, and it's not something I don't have the time. I don't want to do it. So that's handy. It's just, I tell you, sometimes very surprised. We got asked for, maybe it's because we weren't advertising and such. We got asked for very little gaming machines this year compared to other years. Very little.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are money conscious at the moment, so they're not spending as much. But
yeah, it was too expensive. I think that was just too much for people this year. But besides that, you're saying money conscious. I am surprised in the sense we're all feel like there's something looming. We had a quiet first week. Our December was okay, but I don't know. Business seemed to be plodding along. Definitely, the cost of things have went up so much, but prices went up. People still need computers repair. As I said, we're lucky compared to a lot of businesses out there. And I say us in the tech community, in the sense that, look, people still need computers. They have to go. You know, if I was making, I don't know, cupcakes or some other sort of business, people don't need them as such. I'd be more worried about that. But in the tech thing, especially businesses need to be kept going. People, mightn't buy new, they'll buy refurb. There's still, there's, as I was talking to one business person I know very well, I respect a lot, one of my customers, and he was like, there's money to be made in recessions. There's money to be made when businesses are going down. It's not time to curl up. It's time to go, and that's one of the things that in the last week there, I was talking to Neve. I was like, we've been so busy we haven't advertised. I said, we have to start advertising again. We have to, even though we're busy, we still have to keep banging out the ads. Without being full of yourself. You look at Coca-Cola, everyone, you'll see ads with them the whole time. So it's the time to be still pushing the ads, would be my idea on that, So yeah, anyway, that's just a subject of money.
It's during recession, having a computer shop, you're probably more profitable when you're out of recession, because of the fact that people are watching the money, so they're more likely to buy refurbished than brand new, and they're more likely to get stuff repaired than throw it away. So during recession's best time, really. It's I think the last few years has really shown how secure IT industry is generally as an industry. With the whole recession, whole pandemic.
There is in the sense that there definitely is, but I found too that there. Believe it or not, there's probably, I'm not going down the route of taking loans. I don't want to get loans and all that. But if people are probably interested, if they have running a business, probably not bad time if they wanted loans to invest, because the banks know that there'll be less people applying. They want to give out money as well. If you're that way inclined, I'm certainly not getting involved with the banks. Don't want to. I'll have gradual growth. I'm not going down that route, but there is, in a sense, there is money around in recessions as well if you go looking for it.
Totally true there. Can't agree more. And I must admit, when we've been struggling, not necessarily if it's a recession or whatever, but when we've struggled in the past, when we've had financial issues or whatever, we've always find that's when we also come up with the best ideas and best ways to make money going forward. Sometimes a little pressure on you can actually bring out the best in you. If you're comfortable and money's coming in, you sometimes just sit back and go, oh, everything's nice and everything's fine. And then suddenly bang, and then you've got no ideas. You're not sure what to do when everything does go, excuse the language, but tits up.
You can get too comfortable. You can get way too comfortable when the money is rolling in, and you start relaxing a bit, and it's like, oh, it's all good. We don't have to worry. And then all of a sudden, bang, you hit between the eyeballs. It's like, whoa, we got to find a new way to make some money.
And it is, and it's actually it's good that we brought up this topic because it's an area topic that people don't really want to talk about. Even you saying that in the past you had financial, everyone tends. I had terrible things in business trying to get things together and times, and it's our Ben trying to get the cash flow over as well. And it's kind of like we all come on. It's again, we don't like to open up about all our secrets, obviously. But yes, we're doing this in the business. Not a lot of times will we come on and say, you know what, things are tough. Now we went into a new shop, and as I said, we've been busy. But like last Monday morning, there a week and a half ago, Neve had to give me a pep talk, and it's unusual for me to be like that. Yeah. Now, come the end of the day, and Monday, we might have had one of our busiest days in years. But Monday morning, I was looking at because we were changing over banks. There was no overdraft sorted out. You were bringing in this, and all your bank accounts were all up in the air, and this and that. Bills were coming in, and there was money in and in. But you know what I did say? I said we doubled down. I said we got sloppy last year, and my invoices are to be paid on receipt. I don't care who you are. If a plumber comes to your house, they're taking money out the door. Now, within reason. I don't give 30 days. And I started looking, and I went through the accounts, and I was like, these people have taken 21 days. No, everyone, they get a reminder, sorry, they get a reminder after a week with zero, but they also get a phone call after a week. Where is my money? In a nice possible way. Because I was like this, them not giving me money into my building, into my business means I don't have the cash to pay my suppliers. Maybe I want to buy, instead of 10, there's a great deal of laptops, I want to buy 20 or whatever, 10 around. Their cash flow is not costing me. We'll say they owe me £2,000, okay? That £2,000 is not £2,000. That £2,000 I could put towards more laptops, which will make me £3,000, etc., etc. So where is my money, please? This is not good enough. We've done the job. We've supplied the things. Give me my money, please. Of course, this is said in a way nicer way, but that's the situation being, and that's factored it in. We were busy last year, and we got sloppy a bit in not demanding our invoices. But this year I came back strong. I want my money, lads. I want my money now, because we need it to keep over. Even if I have money where I'm not under pressure, I can do without on the money because a good deal could come up and we'll buy. So that's it.
Believe it or not, I feel you, because people will want to come to TechMax, and they will reserve, let's say, 4 tables, right? And they'll say, right, and then the invoice is usually plus 30 days. So whenever you have called me and said, right, I want to finalize this, I hit 30 days, and whatever it is 30 days from the date that we agree. And I guess people think because they're not buying a product as such, that it's not as important to pay on time. But it is, because I have to pay for the venue. I have to pay for food on the day. I have to pay for a lot of things to make the event happen. I just don't wave some magic wand and everything falls into place. I really got stressed out about it last year, because there was people that just really took their time on paying. And yes, I do have sponsors, but the sponsors are not covering, every little thing. You've got to be accountable for everything. And it really stressed me out. So yeah, I feel you.
Yeah, but see, the thing what gets me there, and if people owe bed money or stuff, what gets me is that we pay our invoices on time to everyone. That's what we do.
Yeah.
And what gets me, and what really gets under my skin is like, it's not even the money, lads. It's the fact they're taking my peace of mind. I am now feeling bad because we have to ring them up and say, where's our money? Why are you in this position? I pay everyone. Ben's not ringing me up to ask me for money. Phil's not ringing me up. Jen's not ringing me up. They're all paid. I'm not any dealings that I'm not taking people's peace of mind that they're not getting me the money. If for some reason there's some delay, I will ring up and say there's a problem with the bank, blah. But you're now taking my peace of mind, because I'm now sitting down at 8 o'clock on a Friday night come, they haven't paid me. Why is that? That's not good enough. You're taking my peace of mind. What price do you put on peace of mind? I put bloody high price. It's not the money. It's not like I want to go out and buy diamonds with it. I just want to be able to sit down on Friday evening
Yeah.
and go, I got my work done. And I'm not saying they still haven't paid me. That's not it.
And
I don't want
speaking of that, I hate chasing up people. I really do. And because I know what it feels like to be one owing an invoice. And you don't want to receive that call, okay, you really need to pay up. You don't want to receive that call. So I have empathy for the person owing, probably more than I should. But I absolutely hate chasing up someone for a debt. It's just really not my favorite thing to do. So long and short of it, I wish they paid me time.
It really irritates me, I have to say, because I possibly see this more than you guys because I work from home. The amount of customers who come in and say, "Oh, I'll have a laptop. I'll pay you when I get home," or you would drop something off and they'll say, "I'll pay it later on today." It's like, I'm really sorry, but you're paying it right now. You know, you don't walk into the shop and expect to walk out the goods and pay when you get home. You know, I've had to really clamp down on that because I've been really fair with folk and I've not been burnt, but I don't like that thing of trusting. Complete strangers, you know, it's like different with business, but I'm still quite tight even businesses. It's like 7 days, but they know I like paid sort of fairly sharply because I'm 1 + 1 man, you know. So it's like you say, I like to be able to sleep at night, you know. It's a lot of businesses I deal with. I do some B2B sort of work, but I don't do 30 days, and they'll be lucky to even get 7 days out. But to be honest with you,
yeah. But see, the problem with doing 30 days now, look, Phil and Jen are in a different thing in a sense that, you know, with probably dealing with bigger companies, there is a 30-day policy. But maybe you and me, Ben, ain't dealing with companies probably that big. Maybe you are, maybe I'm not. And the situation being is that I tried the 30 days, yeah? So that means 30 days before I can send them a reminder. So we've gone up to 40 days. And now we're gone up to 50 days. No. It goes, you're lucky, you'll get a reminder off me in a week. And you know what? I even no. And one of my customers, I thanked him one day for paying me promptly, and Dave turned around to me. He goes, "But sure, every time I ring you," he's a hairdressing business. "Every time I ring you, your hair like that. So we'll pay you." In a sense that, no, not that 30 days ain't happening with me anymore. Yeah.
So 30 days is a long time in a recession.
It is. Long time too. If you were like, obviously you're not doing it, but if you're waiting to pay your supplier for your thing, no.
Yeah, the thing is, you know, when you ring me up, that it's due 30 days from the day that you ring me up.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's some big surprise of, oh, I didn't see that coming. So. And it even says on the invoice 30 days, you know, and tells the date of when it's due.
It's not just that as well. It's the actual wait. Obviously, having to mess about the time you have to chase them up. You have to call them and so forth, and then we have a conversation. Guess who hasn't paid again? And it takes time. And then obviously that means you should be really billing for the time you. And it's like, oh, come on, we've got better things to be doing. But
instead of film and Phil, I'm chasing up a bad debt or something like that.
That's it, yeah. And it and also in front, you have to do work in front of the camera, so you have to be light, happy moods and this and that. Anyway, that's it. So that's it.
He does the best acting I've ever seen with his putting on a happy face, even in the face of diversity.
No, it is walking in front of the camera. It's difficult. As simple as that, you know?
It is. Definitely is. Right, we're getting towards the end of the show, guys. If anyone's got any last-minute comments, feel free to send them in. One of the tools I'm going to be looking at using more this year, has already been mentioned already, is actually ChatGPT. Oh, okay. If you guys haven't used it at the moment, I was actually going to do a demonstration of it on the show, but I've just been on the website and refreshed it, and it says they're currently at limits and we can't log in. So I'm not able to do that. But the amount of things you can actually do on there, for example, I got it to rewrite the introduction for the show. I just gave it a few words and says, can you rewrite this to look more professional? And I can't show you because it won't let me in now, so I can't even remember what it says. But it was like, yeah, it was actually pretty good. And you can even ask it to tell it to write it for someone who's got like a understanding of a 10-year-old, so it doesn't use very sophisticated words. You can get it to write you an introduction. You can even get it to write you an advert and different things like that. Or even, I have tried it earlier today, to rewrite emails. So basically, I'd write out my email. I just says, "Can you rewrite this to look a little more professional?" And when bang, I was like, "Damn, that doesn't even look like it's me writing it anymore. It's a hell of a lot better."
I have it pinned in my Google on my spreadsheet because I have problems. I'm not probably now. If I was younger, I would be diagnosed with dyslexic. All right, so this is a problem, and it's always been a problem for me. But what I do now is I write out this stuff and I just write it, go to ChatGPT and just put in say, can you put that into business English? And it's a game changer. It's one of the most amazing tools I've ever seen, but also for accessibility for people with any sort of things like with myself with letters now and stuff. It is just blown away. It's a game changer.
Yeah, it is, to be honest. It's going to make a huge difference, but I can see it doing negatives as well, to be honest. I think there's going to be a lot of negatives to it. People will get used to using it. I have a feeling it's going to replace Google, or at least that's what Microsoft's planning, because they've invested, I think it was something stupid like a 10 billion or 100 billion in it, or something stupid like that. So obviously Bing search engine will probably incorporate it somewhere along the lines. And obviously if it's answering the questions for you, you don't need to go onto websites anymore. So that means, does that make the websites redundant? These websites aren't going to get advertising fees anymore, so those websites may actually disappear. Not only that, it will also pick up content from stuff like YouTube videos, TikTok videos. If you're giving advice, it'll write it for you. You don't need to watch someone do it. You just ask it what you want and it tells you how to do it. Will that actually make people dumb? A bit like with maths and calculators. Since people brought out calculators and computers, people don't do maths anymore.
Well, look at the GPS. No one can get home anymore from the grocery store without having GPS. Used to, when I was coming along, you just had to think.
Yeah, but hang on a second. I know we're running out of time. This is a very good conversation. And just for the sake of making a discussion, okay? You said about calculators. Yes, they had calculators. Yes, calculators. Then they went to computers. Then we put man on the moon. In the sense that at the start of the last century, there was no such thing as computer programmers. Now there's computer programs, which, of course, could die out. In the sense, yes, it can be amazing concerning Microsoft. Apparently, Google has something under the hood that is going to blow that away. So, yes, you're right, but it is time to be frightening. But in the sense that before they would say, oh, kids can't use calculators in class because then they won't learn maths. But you know what? They learn something else. And who's to say? I don't know. It's true. Do you know what? There's a discussion. There's a discussion for us sometime. In the sense, it is frightening, though. It is. You're right about that.
So don't get me wrong, it's like any technology. If you use right or wrong or whatever, but I'm just hoping it does. It's got the ability to be regulated or something along that. But how do you regulate something like that?
But the deep fakes there's it's give us 2 or 3 years, and there will be a fill. You can generate it to be a fill in tech for tech, in the sense that just on a simple thing, next minute your Facebook, someone comes into page and Phil comes up on his page and starts making all racist comments and all this sort of stuff, and before you know it, people are after leaving tech for techs, and they can come with a correction afterwards and say it wasn't you. But I'm talking about trying to make it on a surface level. You see a politician do this, but you know what? That's a chat for another night.
That's it. So you never know. It'll probably improve a lot of politicians' speeches, to be honest, if they did use it.
I don't know. Some people can't even read a teleprompter.
Yeah, that's true. But yeah, there's lots of ways this can go. Right, guys. I think we've covered most of the comments and so forth. Just a last-minute go-round. Is there anything you would like to add, Jen?
Just thanks again for everyone who contributed so far to helping us build up the Tech for Tech's new Tech Talk area. Miaville. We really appreciate you so much. And if you would like to donate something to the Tech for Techs area, you can feel free to contact me at info@techfortex.co.uk.
Okay, and the email address is on the screen there, as you can see scrolling across at the moment. So, right, Ben, do you have anything else you want to add on to the show before we call it a night?
Oh, long live Commodore Amigas, Phil.
I was waiting for it. And I knew Amiga was going to be mentioned somewhere. So, have you seen the new mechanical keyboard they bought out? What looks like an Amiga keyboard, which you can get for your PC. Yeah, I saw it somewhere. I probably can't find it again if I look for it, but I definitely saw it the other day. It's a modern day mechanical keyboard, but it looks like an Amiga keyboard. So, but there you go, something for you, something to teach you about Amigas there, Ben. You probably know a hell of a lot more than I do. Right, Cormac, before you doze off, is there anything else you'd like to add to the show?
I was checking a message there for someone. Oh, nothing. Follow me on TikTok. Follow me everywhere. Follow me around the street. Cross-Haven Computers. Follow me.
Right, no problem then. I'll put his TikTok on the screen as well if you want to go and log into that and have a look. And obviously, if you're looking for a new laptop or anything refurbished, then you need to contact Ben because obviously he's going to sort you out there, and he's going to be at TechMac. So if you want to have a look at his goods and wares, depending on how you take that, you can have a look at his stuff in a few months' time. So
his award-winning stuff.
That's it. His award-winning stuff. There you go. So, but we'll also have a proper show with just Ben on in a few weeks or a couple of months' time. We've got to organise a date where we can basically just talk about what he has to offer and everything like that. So keep tuned. Otherwise, we're going to be on every Thursday for the rest of the year, with the exception of a couple roundabout when we obviously are doing Tech Max and stuff like that. But I'd just like to say thank you for obviously Jen for joining us tonight, the boss.
Absolutely.
Thank you to Ben. Thank you to Cormac. But even more so, thank you for everyone for putting up with us for the last hour. And I swear that if you watch it back a few times, you will actually understand what Cormac's saying. Take it back 3 or 4 plays back, but you'll get there in the end. And definitely have a look at Cormac's Crosshaven Computer TikTok page, because of we are going to be doing that, or he's going to be doing it, should I say, is Crosshaven Computers TikTok talk. No,
TikTok
I'm
talk.
getting it wrong now.
And we're going to get Peter on there. So Peter, watch out for your messages. We're coming after you, Peter.
Yeah, but anyway.
Is it Crosshaven Computers TikTok?
That's the one, yeah.
That's the one, mate. That's the one.
Yeah. Anyway, we'll be doing that. So at some point you'll see that. So we'll just call it TikTok Tech Talk or something along that line, or Cormax or whatever. But we'll get that sorted. Or Cormac will do in the next few weeks. I'm pretty sure he'll have something ready to go live. Right. So otherwise, if you are not a Tech for Tech member, you can join Tech for Tech by going to techfortex.co.uk/join. You can join over 1,500 members just like you, and obviously you can interact, ask questions, stuff like that, and it's totally free. It doesn't cost you anything to join up. You just have to be in the tech industry, either a store owner, MSP, something along that lines. Even if you're a vendor or a distributor, or you work for one, let's just say a big distributor in the UK, if I'm banging my microphone, or a big vendor who works in the UK, then feel free, you can join up and so forth. And obviously we've got the event.
Be sure to answer the questions when you apply to join Tech for Techs.
Yeah. So we've also got the event coming up in a few months' time. So June the 23rd, if you haven't signed up for that, make sure you do. Tickets are getting low, especially if you're wanting to eat. Otherwise, you're going to have to bring your own food, unfortunately. There will be a vendor stand there, but obviously it'll be a limited food, what's available. Yes. So, but otherwise, we'll be on next Thursday. We haven't announced what the show is yet, but we will be on at next Thursday, 8 p.m. as usual. Otherwise, I'll leave you with this little video, and we'll see you all next time. See you later, everyone.
Toodles.
Can you go and meet hundreds of people just like you, strengthen existing relationships and forge new ones with vendors and distributors, and meet some of the biggest names in the industry, where you can go and see the newest tech and services that you need to make your IT business grow? and there'll be thousands of pounds worth of prizes up for grabs. Then what's more, you'll get that for £1. TechMax 2023 will be on the 23rd of June at Magna Adventure and Science Centre near Meadowhall in Sheffield. This event will be over 4 times larger than last year's event, and this year's event will incorporate a live tech awards, dedicated meeting rooms, demo and interactive areas, and up to 800 other techs just like you. Get registered now at tftmax.com.